boy.
Let us play.
Let us check our levels. Bonk, bonk. We're good.
So you're still level 5 because you won't let us level up.
You sort of upgrade.
Do we though?
Do we though?
Kind of. The broadcaster has intended that indicated that this channel is intended for mature audiences. Start watching. Myself.
Yep, Brian has to watch himself in order to get views.
It's the worst. It's morning at the Dolby Inn. There's a few stragglers there for breakfast. Are any of you there?
Irene will be there nice and early.
Zazia will also be there.
Eric.
Good morning.
Eric,
Yeah.
tell us about Itty Bitty Gib Gob.
Oh.
Itty bitty gib gob. Is a gobbo. He's pretty small. He's from the Gib Gob tribe. He walks around with a morning star and a shield. And
It sounds adorable.
And we will not have Izzy joining us. Tracy,
Yes.
who are you playing?
Aaron and Marin. They are Devati, which means they have 2 bodies, but 1 soul, 1 mind. They are humanoid. They stand in about the size of humans, or they're slighter in build. They only have 3 fingers instead of 4. Their nose is practically non-existent. The little slits are there, but otherwise, they have skin that is like paint the walls white and hair that is jet black. And their eyes are solid blue. There's no whites of their eyes, no pupils to their eyes.
So creepy looking.
Oh yeah, they are. They're really otherworldly. Yeah. And they speak really weird if you talk to them because they take turns saying words, but it flows just like one person was speaking.
Huh.
Strange.
They essentially cannot speak to you if both of them are not present.
It's just like you just get like every other word pretty much.
Yep.
Siempre dobra otra, Kyrene. What can I get for you?
A coffee, please.
A what?
Coffee.
Coming right up. You want anything in it?
No, just coffee, please.
He starts pouring you black coffee. Wait. Oh, you said, yeah, sorry. It says Tobin. And Zazia. Drinks for the morning.
Surprise me. And I'll take
Okay.
2.
He gets you just regular ass whiskeys.
I was gonna say, says yeah, that's kind of dangerous with him. You know that.
Oh, it's okay.
And then,
Okay.
and then he gets a tiny vial out, and he pulls
I'll
out
do it.
a dropper, and he drops this purple liquid into both of them, and it starts swirling, and then both of the whiskeys turn kind of a shimmering purple color.
Told ya.
Interesting. I will drink them.
I gotta look something up. Oh, okay. Did you say you're there, itty bitty gig gob?
Yep, I'm clambering onto one of the bar stools.
Do you live here, or are you a visitor? Or no?
I'm a visitor.
And you, my good sir.
I'll take some of the purple.
Oh,
I need artwork of this character.
great.
Just the purple?
Well, it looks better than the whiskey.
He, it's rather potent. He's gonna just kind of get a plate and almost like you would with a hot sauce, he just drops 2 blorps on the plate and slides it over to you with like the
Yes, hot sauce do you use?
yeah, well, you know, and they're like be careful, it's hot, and they give you samples.
Slap him.
The vial will just be sitting there on the counter as he turns his back though and starts working on his bacon and eggs for another customer.
I'm gonna like pour a bunch onto the plate and then like pull a little like loaf of bread out of my pack and just start like mopping up the liquid with the bread.
Okay. Zezzy, roll con. Check.
Woo. I get advantage. Doesn't matter. Actually, hold on. What's my con? Con save is +6, so the highest is a 15.
Okay. You you aren't phased by this a whole lot, but you do sense it. Everything sounds clearer to you, and you feel more awake and alert, and like there's people talking in low voices that have been talking in a low voice behind you in the table behind you, maybe 2 tables away, and suddenly you can just hear what they're saying.
Oh, what are they saying? Is it good?
Not really. It's boring. It's events of the day.
Gosh, why would you do that to me?
And
you
you
give me this awesome opportunity and it's pointless.
it's
Fuck.
gonna last a while, and you feel pretty energized too, like you've got a lot of giddy up.
Do I need to roll for both drinks?
Nope, they're the same.
Okay.
How much did you drink, Gib Gob?
I don't know, 1 bread loaf's worth.
Was it like saturated in the stuff or just soaked up a bit?
Just soaked up. Like if you had gravy on a plate and you
Are
dunk
you
your bread in it.
are you a pretty hardcore coffee drinker or something?
Coffee?
Any
Oh,
kind of
not-
energy drinks?
Not especially.
Okay, you better roll with disadvantage. Because you're
We'll
just
see,
a
Brian.
itty bitty.
We'll
Goblins
see.
have really high metabolism, so.
Oh, you burn right through this shit.
Disadvantage will still be pretty solid. 18.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're about the same level that Tobin is.
You mean Cecilia?
Yes.
You can do it all day. It's fine.
And you two that just got alertness, you hear the distant tromping down the steps all the way across the inn. And then you hear the shuffling as this tired man comes in and yawns and scratches at his messy hair. And then he sits down at one of the tables right behind you. And he says, "Same as yesterday, Mr. Rupert. Coming right up."
Rupert, can I have some breakfast too?
Oh, yes. What do you need?
Yeah, same.
Just bacon and eggs, please.
He already has just kind of a batch that he's been working on. So he starts dividing them up and plating them. And then this man kind of gets up and he sits at the bar next to you guys. And he says, or Rupert says, Still no word. And he says, no, nothing yet.
What's going on?
Oh, I've been staying here the past 3 days waiting for the exterminator to finish whatever is plaguing my house. But I haven't heard from him. I didn't think it would take this long.
What is plaguing your house?
Damned if I know. It's been a series of events, really. I had some rats, and it was becoming a real problem. So I got a cat or two. 3? What was it? 2. They didn't give 2 shits about the rats. Completely ignored them. But then I figured I'd better just keep the cats since I'd bought them already, and so they were a nice company. But then I noticed the rats started disappearing after a while. And then I noticed the cats disappeared too.
That is a little weird.
Yes.
I want to find the cats.
Yeah, I would like to help with the cats.
I don't know where they went. Maybe they ran off.
Guys, meta information here. I know what's going on. Sean's character is there eating everything.
Oh, god damn it. Of course he would be. I should have known.
I don't care if you want to poke around. Maybe you'll find the exterminator and get a status report. I've been waiting here for 2 days. I can't afford to live in an inn.
Yeah, I guess we could go check it out. What do you think, Sazia?
Only for the cat.
Only for the cats, of course.
But if you can't even afford to live in an inn, how will you afford to pay us, Are you there, bloke?
I didn't hear anything about hiring you. I heard voluntary offers.
I mean, we will have to put in a lot of resources to go check it out after all. So maybe a bit of pay would be nice.
All right, how about this? I can't afford to keep living in the hotel, so every day that you cut down from my total bill that I can afford, it will go to you. Because I need to get back to work. I can afford to stay here another week, so every day that you cut off, that money goes to you.
What do you think, Gabe Gob?
I'm wondering why you have to be at your house to do your work.
I'm a farmer.
You don't have to stay in your house to do your farm work, unless you're farming your entire house.
What am I going to do, sleep in the field?
You got a barn, don't you?
I don't particularly want to sleep in the barn. I suppose I would if I had to.
This bloke sounds like a right codger, but I suppose we can do it.
It was a very large setback, you know, what with the spicy foods and all that we had to throw away. I remember
yeah.
that was not a good day.
No, it wasn't.
It was not a good month. Well, he is gonna take a napkin and a pencil and doodle this map on there and slide it over to you guys. It looks basic enough to follow. It's not that complicated.
Karen will take the directions.
It looks like if you were to get a carriage, you'd estimate that it would take you about an hour to get out there, which probably sounds unpleasant to Itty Bitty and to Zezia because they are amped up right now.
What do you guys think?
At the very least, if you can just get a report on where the exterminator's at in his process, I would be happy to pay you for your time.
Of course. We'd be happy to help.
Well, I'll be here, you know that. And he's going to just take a giant chomp of his bacon.
Was I given my food?
Yep.
I'm gonna chow down that real quick before we head out.
Okay. Anything else you guys need to do?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, find out where that spider lives.
I think we can see where it lives, and I don't like it.
Wow.
It's contaminated.
Anyhow,
It's contaminated.
I want to be that spider.
Right?
It's a very, very clear morning out. Not a single cloud in the sky.
Not a single spider.
do we have a cart?
I don't think
I
so.
thought we did.
Maybe, if you want one.
Well, I mean, with how much we travel, we should have a cart.
I'll give you a cart for free when you reach level 6.
Oh my god, Brian.
That's not
You're
the
a
big bad,
dickhead.
Eric.
What?
Is that your goblin?
Yeah, that's itty bitty gib gob.
At first I thought you were drawing the old woman that lives in
He's
his
standing on a
basement.
chair.
Aw, he's so cute.
It's adorable.
He's got a bowler. Yeah, of course he has a kilt.
course.
It's a chainmail skirt.
It's a battle kilt.
It's a bad.
I mean, it would only come down to like the mid thighs on a normal person. Honestly, it's actually just probably part of his chain shirt that he wears under his armor.
It's just oversized.
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
You guys are pretty familiar with these roads by now. You've been out to the country quite a few times north of this town. And so it's not hard to follow the crude napkin drawing. It does go to a section you've never been, and you notice that it gets a little bit rockier out here than where you've been before. The fields are a little bit more sparse. It kind of looks like the poorer side of farming. Smaller fields, not as fancy of crops, more weeds, rockier dirt.
More weed.
Nope,
All
not
of you.
even that.
Now you've
Are
crushed
we
my
at
hopes
like
and
his
dreams.
farm?
Eventually, you do, according, by your best estimate from this map, according to the way he described his house, it looks like you do find it, and it's kind of run down. The awning over the porch is kind of sinking to one side, and there's some cracks in the walls, and this whole thing looks like it's probably at least 70 to 100 years old. Maybe, no, I'd say 60 to 70 years old.
Just between us, I'd say this man's a bit of a shite farmer. I've seen alley cats with better hovels than this one.
Yeah. It could be better.
There is a what used to be kind of a picket fence around it, but most of the boards have fallen off now, and the yard is looking pretty raggedy. He does have crops. He does have a field. It's just not a very vast one. And then his barn looks about as upkept as the house. You don't see any sign of people, though.
It's just me, or is it a little quiet out here?
I mean, I sure wouldn't want to be out here. Look at all this dirt. I kind of kick some of the stones around.
Oh, I mean, it is a
Is
farm.
my drink still effective?
Yeah, you still feel it. It's only been an hour.
So, can I hear anything that anyone else couldn't?
Why don't you give it a try?
Can I also try with my bread sponge?
Certainly. Why don't you guys roll with advantage?
Whoa!
I like advantage. Ooh, I need it.
That's never a good
6.
sound.
15.
16. It's a
You-
really good thing I had advantage because I rolled a 1.
All the way up here, this entire hour drive, you've heard critters in the brush and birds flying out and around the areas. And you've heard, even on rare occasions, you've heard like grasshoppers jump. And you get here, and everything's kind of dead silent. There's a slight breeze, and every once in a while you can hear kind of the creak of old wood or something like turning in the breeze, and that's about it. There's no signs of life that you can tell.
What's up? What's wrong?
I don't think there's anything here.
Weird.
That's what I've been trying to say.
It wouldn't hurt to go investigate inside at least.
I'm gonna pick up one of the rocks from the ground and chuck it at the house.
Are you
Why
gonna
are you taking
cast
rocks at...
that spell on it? It makes it do damage.
Oh my god.
You chucked a
No,
rock at the house?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if like we'll be able to hear anything move inside the house in
Roll-
reaction to it.
Why don't you roll a strength?
Okay. Athletics?
Sure.
Hooray. Nat 1 means 5.
It hits the wall, but nothing happens. You're kind of far out and just kind of lobbed it, and then it kind of went pink against the wall.
If you're done throwing rocks at the house now, I think you should go inside and investigate.
I didn't want to walk into a trap. Now, did I?
Fair enough. Carrie is going to approach the house.
I am also. Zelda.
Work.
She's helping.
Work. She wants to come with.
She says she needs to play games too.
I would let her in here if I didn't trash the place. Like, there's literal trash. Like, I need to throw away all my empty stuff. But that's what happens when you get super depressed.
Yep.
Big
I
mood.
know that.
Kyrene, did you say you do something? I missed it.
Wow.
I said I was going to approach the house.
Okay.
And
So-
we're going with her.
Okay. So the gate of this picket fence is already just kind of blown open, so you can waltz right through. And as you get through, the dead grass is crunching below your feet. And as you approach this house, you notice that the door is unlatched. It's not open, but it's a crack. To your
I wanna-
right, to your
Brian,
right. Go ahead.
as they approach the house, they're going to see two figures just stand up out of the brush.
Oh, wait, no, actually. I was going to say I'm surprised, but I am actually never surprised.
Yeah, I have the alert feed, so I'm not surprised either. Oh, hey, what's up?
Just two very creepy women stand up out of the brush without saying a word.
I'll walk over to them and go, You live here?
We do not.
I nod a couple times and then kind of look around and look at the brush and then go, you live there? Eh?
We do not.
All right then. I make my way over to the house.
Do you want to go inside with us?
We do not.
Actually, they'd shrug, but it would just be just exact unison. Their body movements all happen at the exact same time, and they'll start walking forward. And it's just like a mirror of each other almost. Every step is timed precisely. Every movement is exact.
Do they each only shrug one shoulder? Like on opposite sides of them, so that it looks like one giant shrug.
They're not Siamese twins, Eric.
Why not?
They could be.
They are
Yeah.
precisely identical though, down to the way they dress.
Itty Bitty wants to walk up to the door, pull out his Morning Star, and then kick the door in and do like a diving roll into it. Like some sort of cross between a SWAT team and like a secret agent.
Oh my god.
Secret
Oh,
Agent
Man.
he's so adorable.
The boards of the deck creak below you, but you don't hardly weigh anything, so you don't necessarily sense their stability. And as you get to the door, you can see just dim light inside. I don't know if you have dark vision or not, but you don't see anything in the immediate living room. Yeah, you don't see anything, no figures or anything. And then you kick this door and do a tuck and roll inside. And then all is still. Why don't you roll perception real quick?
Should I roll perception as well? Because I'm also going to enter.
Okay.
So
Out
more
of 10.
carefully.
Do yours at advantage, Gib Gob. Get
Are we
hub.
all rolling?
10.
If your character is trying to listen, then Zezia, you would have advantage too for your coffee. Whiskey.
Yeah, I had the copy.
You had advantage and the best you got was 10?
Dirty 20.
I rolled a 6 and a 1.
I got 10.
Hive Queen got a 9. Okay, Zezia. He kicks and he rolls in, and he's kind of recovering from his acrobatics, and you almost feel like you hear something kind of oily, slick, and kind of slithery come from the direction of this big old house.
I'm gonna shout to wait.
It's hard to tell specifically where it comes from. It's just kind of like in front of you somewhere.
You don't want to keep going. You shouldn't go in there.
What do you hear?
Something gross, and I can't place where it is, but it's gross, and you shouldn't go in there.
Out of all the adventures we've had in Dolby, this is gross.
Look, I'm just telling you what I hear.
Gibgob puts 2 and 2 together. She can't place where it is. It sounds gross. He's heard of this. And he goes, "The house is a mimic." And I smash one of the walls with my Morning Star.
Irene is going to facepalm.
Roll an attack.
It's an 8.
Why are you bad at everything tonight?
I don't know. I'm just a little bit of Gabe God. Be nice to me.
You hit this wall, and something catches your eye, some motion out of the corner of your eye, and when you look down, you notice a black splatter spot on the ground. It's just a drop.
I say, see, it's bleeding, and I take a second swing at the wall.
Do another attack.
Yeah. That was better. 19.
Suddenly, you hear the slither thing that Zezia heard, and it's kind of all around you. And then you notice that the drop came from the boards above you, and it's kind of leaking this black, kind of a black liquid.
I think we might have to go upstairs.
I'm not certain I like the way you said black, first of all. Second of all,
An African American liquid.
My
the
God.
wall takes 5 damage and has a small dent from my morning star in it.
Okay. This living room has it's not ornately furnished. It's very basic. It looks like this guy lives alone. He does not have someone who knows how to decorate. He's got some kind of rustic decorations, like maybe a taxidermy or two, and the rest is all very plain, maybe a table, couple couches. He's got a big fireplace, though, and then the dining room is attached to the living room. The stairs are visible. They're kind of right in front of you, Gobby.
Okay. Kyrene, you said you were going to go upstairs?
I suggest that we do go upstairs, but yeah, I'm going to make my way to the staircase.
I call out to Zezia and the twins and say, "Come on, you're missing all the action!" And I do like a flying elbow onto the coffee table and go, "I'll turn this living room into a dead room."
Ah, I see you have a dad joke book too.
I'm
Who
going
gave
to.
the child a weapon?
I'm just gonna look at the other two and like follow suit behind my companions.
Yeah, we will walk in.
Okay, you guys headed upstairs.
Very nice.
You lead this train up the stairs, and you notice there are some black droplets on the steps as well going up.
You also see Itty Bitty smashing the taxidermy with his...
One of the antlers goes flying.
Is there a check we can make on this liquid to identify it?
If you want to. You'd have to tell me kind of what sort of a check you're interested in, because you don't really know. I guess it's what you're looking for.
Trying to just identify what the liquid is.
Okay.
Can I do a help action with that?
Why don't you tell me what your action is that you do to investigate it?
Probably like
Your
find
penis.
well, I was gonna find like a stick or something and try to scoop some of it up and look at it for consistency, smell, that kind of thing.
Okay. Then why don't you do investigation? Or, alternatively, I would let you roll nature.
Let's see if I have. Well, either way, looks like it's going to be a +1. So, only an 11.
It's a 13 with the help.
It's not like water. It's a little bit slimier. It gets on your stick, and when you swirl it around in these little droplets, it kind of glides across the wooden floorboards.
That's nasty.
It's not like water. For one, it's black.
Water is so thin. This seems to be a bit thicker. Not
So is it like
It doesn't-
pond scum or like
a little
oil
bit.
or
Yeah, it's not probably not quite as thick as pond scum. The best you could estimate just by touching it with a stick is maybe oil.
okay.
No.
No! Oh, Eric, you can't go there.
Eric is kicked from our server.
I'm going to continue my way up the stairs.
You're gonna see a few rooms at the top, and some of them are vacant. They've just got storage stuff in there because he seems to be living by himself, so he's just thrown his clutter in there. It's got old not guns. It's got old weapons and some old books, and you do find his bedroom, and it is just as plainly decorated as the living room, but you don't see any signs of life immediately. Why don't you roll a perception or investigation, depending on if you're just wandering around or if you're actually like deep diving into this stuff?
I'll do perception. That's a 9. God damn it.
You find more inky black spots around the area, and it looks like there's even some stains on the ceiling.
Oh, it did tell me to go higher.
For what it's worth, Itty Bitty will be smashing up the living room for another 2 rounds.
Okay. Why don't you roll like 3 attacks?
As soon as I'm finished pouring.
And then tell me the 3 kind of vicinities of the house that you hit stuff in.
It was a 13, a 17, and a 17 again? Interesting.
Okay. 1377.
So I probably pick up the antler that fell and like stab it into the wall, and then I like try and drag my Morningstar like through the couch cushions, basically, and then I like clamber around to the dining room and smash one of the legs off the table. and then I go charging after the rest of the group up the stairs.
Okay. So we'll say that you do the table and the other thing first and nothing really happens, but when you stab this antler into the wall, that slithering gets very loud for a second, and then it stops.
As I go up the stairs, I'm being very deliberate to stomp as hard as I can on the stairs to try and hurt this house more. He's not very heavy, and he's not extraordinarily strong, so it's like an angry 12-year-old stomping upstairs.
Okay. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, 15.
You are about 2 steps from the top, and these are the types of stairs where they're not built solid. They're just planks on a thing going up. So there's gaps between them.
Mm-hmm.
You're about 2 steps from the top, and suddenly this black thing swipes at your leg and yanks, and your entire leg gets pulled in between these stair steps, and then it lets go, and you don't topple all the way down the staircase like a movie, but you do kind of slide down a couple steps as you're released.
I yell out to the others, "Help! The house has got me!" And I start bashing on the wall with my morning star.
As this happens, everybody starts to hear the slithering now all around them, and some of the boards start to creak above you, and then there's more ooze starting to drip faster through the boards above you, and kind of some of it leaking down the walls.
Oh, that's gross. I'm gonna back out of that room.
Okay. You guys can clearly see that there are steps going into an attic. It's more of a ladder rather than a staircase. And what do you guys want to do?
I am going to help
Burn
Giggob
the house
up.
down.
Burn the house down. Just burn it. No, I don't think we'll get our money that way.
I mean, we did identify the culprit, and we solved the problem.
How did we solve the problem?
Obviously, it was a house mimic, and there is no longer a house mimic if we burn the house down.
I kind of want to go up to the attic.
When Kyrene helps me up, I keep holding her hand and like start to drag her up to the attic.
I was going to go this way anyways.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't even-
Like you said, I don't want to go to the attic.
No, I said I kind of want to.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I can see that happening though. I was like, oh wait.
I'll still keep holding her hand, and I'll grab whoever else's hand is closest.
And Kyrie's going to grab another hand as well. Probably one of the twins. We'll just do a chain. It's fine.
The attic trapdoor swings up, and it's dark up here. Who has dark vision besides
Me.
Not
Gobby?
me.
I do.
Okay,
Hello.
so everybody but Kyrene.
Yay!
You dark visioners, you notice that
Sorry.
it doesn't look like wood planks up here like you would expect to see. It's like it's just all black, all the walls and everything. And it's smooth. Who's in front of
What's up
this
here?
line?
Not me.
I think it's Giggob.
Yeah, I can be.
Gibgob, when you finally poke your head above this kind of companionway to the attic, you look around, and the first thing you notice is this giant face staring at you.
Oh no.
It almost looks like a stereotypical ghost, like a sheet ghost with two whole eyes and a mouth. Except it's huge. It's taking up the entire wall of this attic.
Trying to find my inventory. Okay. Let me see if my character has anything good.
I'll give you an action, and then we should roll initiative. Actually, the rest of you should roll initiative real quick, too. So while he's doing his thing.
I need to check something out fast. Oh god damn it! Level 6, I get key empowered strikes. God damn it, Brian! You make this really hard for me.
Maybe someday.
29 for my initiative. Fuck you, Brian.
Jeez.
Oh, not judging.
I take one of my crossbow bolts and I just whip it at him, at the face.
Okay.
And it's a 15 initiative. I get a +7? Holy shit.
Nice.
Hive Queen?
I got a 12.
If you read chat, Brian.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Wow, Ryan. Wow.
Did you do your attack for that?
Oh, I didn't. Thrown weapon, I guess, would be a 18.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Cool. I think improvised weapons are just 1 plus strength. So, 2 damage.
Nice.
So I whip this bolt at it.
Okay. It sticks into its face like it's hitting flesh, except it looks more trampoline-y. It just kind of bounces with this thing, and then it doesn't let out any noise, but you see its eyes widen. It can't dilate because they're just black holes, but it's almost like they dilated. And that brings us to... Where'd my paper go? Oh, Kyrene.
I am going to pull up my staff and just smack it with my first attack.
Okay, so you're going to go past Gabi up into this attic and charge the face?
Yeah.
Okay.
12 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. That is 7 damage for the first attack. Then second attack, same thing. That's going to hit. That's a 27 to hit. That is 8 damage. So 15 damage total.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a unarmed strike as a bonus action. That's a 24 to hit.
Jeez.
Hoity toity.
And that's an extra 10 damage. That would be my turn.
That was a good turn. Okay. Every hit, you suddenly hear the walls and everything around you just going, and this whole face starts to, it was kind of thin and almost translucently stretched. It starts to thicken up. Zezia.
I really hate that.
I do too. That's gross.
I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna firebolt it.
Oh.
We're gonna find out if it's a flammable liquid.
I like how testing that is just like, let's firebolt this thing, not like, let's light a match to one of these droplets.
Yeah.
No, Brian, that makes too much sense.
Well, her intelligence is a -1.
Fair, fair, fair. What do you do for firebolt?
Yeah, I roll a d20 to hit. And if it hits, I roll a d10 for damage.
Okay.
Well, 2d10.
Gotcha.
Because we're level 5. To hit, I got a 16.
Hit.
I didn't have any d10s ready. A 6 and a 5, so 11.
11 damage.
Yup.
Yes. this entire stretched face, you hit him kind of under his lip, and it starts to, you see the burst of flame there, but then almost like when you light a gassed up floor and it just kind of ring circles outwards, you see his whole face go, and then it's immediately gone. It just burns right up. It's like a very thin layer, and underneath you notice that his skin looks a little bit stickier and pastier. Again, it doesn't let out any sound, but it kind of shakes a little bit.
I told y'all burning the house down was the thing to do.
Do you remember that? I'm sorry. You said 11 damage, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Gib gob.
Bork bork. I have to see what this ability fully does. Because I don't have this book. Oh. Dope, 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 dope. So I will, charge towards Mr. Oil.
Oh my god, really?
Uh, I'll charge towards Mr. Oil, and how big is he?
Currently, his face is taking up the entire wall. So it'd be
Large,
like,
then. So
yeah.
Cool. So you're gonna see this kind of semi-translucent gray image of me pop up like right in front of him. And then I'm gonna run up and thwack him twice with my Morning Star. Bink
Okay.
bonk.
First
Yeah.
a bink and then a bonk.
It's a 16 followed by a 23.
Nice, both hits.
Hoorah! Morning Star D8. D8. 12, 13, 15. 25 damage.
What kind of damage?
Bonky damage, I think.
Okay.
Bonky damage.
It could be spiky damage, I guess.
That is a thing, right?
Yeah. There's bonky, spiky, and ouchie. I don't know if Morningstar is bludgeoning or piercing. Making me look up my own stats, Brian.
If it's bludgeoning or piercing, that's okay. It wouldn't make a difference.
Yes, it is piercing. I think my upstairs neighbors are having a party.
Oh, good.
My upstairs dog is having a cry.
Aw.
I hope they all get corona.
My upstairs neighbors are actually quiet for once. It's weird.
Kyrene and
Yes.
Gib Gob, what are your ACs?
My AC 17.
Nice. See? Better than that. 18.
You guys are standing right in front of this face, and it keeps getting thicker and thicker as the sliding around you starts to pull towards it, and then suddenly it opens up its giant kind of hollow mouth, and it just falls on top of both of you, and you're enclosed in blackness.
That made me
Great.
want to vomit.
So you feel this kind of, you're squashed together and you feel this constriction pulling you in a direction like you would be in the side of a snake. And then suddenly this bright portal opens up in front of you and just you get sucked right into it.
That good suck.
That good suck. And Zezia and the twins, this is, now that the face has constricted all the way to its normal size instead of being stretched, I'll post a picture of it.
All right, I'm so glad you guys get a picture of it. Also, Eric, I hope you like this picture and drawing.
Never.
Oh. Okay, then. Huh.
Well, that's not at all terrifying.
And then Zezia and the twins, for its movement, you notice its face secretes again. It was kind of a tan color underneath, and then it goes black again with this ooze. And then you see it slip down beneath the floorboards and disappear.
I hate it.
It just leaves an oily trail behind it. So, next up are the twinsies.
We are not liking this. But this thing went in the floorboards where we can't hit it.
Well, you guys are in the attic, so you can probably assume that it's either inside the walls of this house or maybe it disappeared to the lower level and it's just down in the hallway below you.
All right. Well, we will pull our rapiers and jump down.
Okay. You can see, I don't even need you to roll for this. You can see the inky, oily trail since it's started sweating and it's all condensed right now. And it kind of goes across the ceiling above you, which used to be the floor where you were, and then down a wall towards the chimney. It's kind of headed towards the living room.
Then I suppose we need to go that way.
Okay. As you head down the stairs, you can see it starting to squeeze its way through the boards on the wall and emerging into the living room.
We still think we should burn this house down.
I'll say you've probably just, from the attic to this place, the ladder wasn't far from the stairs. You've probably gone 15 feet so far. If you wanted to get adjacent to this thing, you could.
We want to flank this thing.
So it's up because it came out of a wall. It's up against a wall.
I'm assuming you're trying to get advantage.
Oh, yeah.
So,
One of your abilities is that one of the twins can take the help action, which will give the other one advantage on attacks. Or on
That's cool.
on the next attack. Not both, but
to flank it, you only need one person on each side, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you could manage that because you could sandwich it. It's one on the left, one on the right.
Okay. So then we are going to try to stab it. We get to roll with advantage.
I believe in you.
And
two now.
let's just do like
Once.
this. There's the first roll. There's the second roll. The 23 is obviously better.
Is that some sort of that's your advantage, right?
That's the advantage.
That's
is the
definitely a
stab.
hit.
So then we get to roll I will learn this character, I promise. We get to roll 1d8 plus 4 plus 3d6. Is that right, Eric? Am I doing it right?
Yep.
I don't know if I did that right. I think I did.
Nope.
It did not do that right.
Do
You might not be able to roll multiple dice in Avray at the same time. Like different times.
Oh, okay. I have to do it separately. Well, that.
Does she need the
okay.
space between the D8 and the +4, Brian? I forget.
no, she doesn't.
Okay.
So that would be the base damage plus 3d6. So then a total of 15.
15 damage.
Yep. If I'm mathing that correct. Am I mathing that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
One thing you notice, it doesn't have any signs of blood, but you can tear through it, and you notice that some of its spots are starting to dry up, and a lot of its ooze is just hitting the floor. It's not sticking to it anymore.
Yeah, well, what we really want is for that other person to get down here and burn this bitch again. So
That brings us back to Kyrene. Kyrene, you go through this portal and you find yourself in this kind of cylindrical container that's not very large. It's almost like the inside of a tree trunk, except down the floor of it, you're kind of sitting on a smattering of bones. And roll perception.
Come on, D&D Beyond, do me royal. Nice. That's a 17.
As you're trying to take into your surroundings, your hand bumps into something that goes clink. And when you look down at it, it's like a sheriff's star badge, except it says extermination on it.
Well, I found exterminator at least.
All right. Half a successful mission already.
Right? I don't know where you are right now.
Yeah, it's regular levels of darkness in here, so Kyrene wouldn't be able to see.
I'm gonna go, place my hand on the wall, and then I'm gonna punch the wall.
I'll say that there is a little bit of light shining through the walls because you were able to. I said that you were able to see the sheriff badge. You just punched the
Okay.
wall?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch the wall.
It feels fleshy.
I'm still gonna hit it. I'm gonna smack the wall. Actually, not. Yeah, I'm gonna punch it.
Okay.
And 21 to hit.
As long as you guys are in here, if you're just gonna hit the walls, I'll just let you do it. You don't have to
Okay.
roll attacks.
Oh wow, I just did max damage of 11.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me roll real quick. Ah, shit. When you punch this thing, it kind of leaves a dent mark, almost like when you poke raw hamburger.
Ugh. Shit, I might as well. I'm gonna do my second attack then. Also, and just hit it again. Oh. 6 damage. That's the lowest amount of damage I could do. The punch.
The dent. Do you hit it in the same place or next to
Yeah.
it? The dent deepens, and you start to see almost like when the face was stretched and it was kind of getting translucent. You start to see that in the dent that you put, and it looks like sunlight's kind of shining through the thinness.
Good gob.
What? Sorry. What's all this then?
I think we could punch our way through this.
I think you can punch your way through most things if you try hard enough.
No, I mean, we get out of the cylinder this way.
He gives you a pretty blank look when you say that.
Do I want to do that? I don't know.
Is that your whole turn, Kyrene?
Everybody do the dinosaur.
Yeah, I don't want to spend key points just yet.
It's up to you, Zezia. What do you want to do?
Did we set the house on fire?
Not yet. You're
Firebolt!
still up. You're still up in the attic right now.
Oh, I'm gonna leave the attic. No, I said I followed everybody else.
You followed them up to the attic, but 2 of them got eaten, and then the twins ran downstairs on their turn.
Oh, just kidding. I leave.
Okay, yeah, if you go down to where the twins are, you can see this thing between them next to the chimney.
Yeah, I do that.
It looks like it's sweating this oil stuff pretty profusely right now.
I hate that. I'm gonna firebolt it.
Okay.
You're not the one in the flush cylinder.
Bonk.
A 15.
Hit.
What did I just do with my D10s?
Everyone is just a consciousness trapped inside their own flesh cylinder.
Eric, you don't need to go that deep, man.
And that is 11 damage. Again.
11 turns into 22. You see this,
Wow.
all the oil just gets evaporated into the air with this flame, and then he's left as kind of a flaky, blobby looking thing, and it falls to the floor, and it kind of disintegrates a little bit to a pile. And you know how when you're burning logs and it's a big solid log, but once it's been burned up, you kick it and it just crumbles? That's the impression you get. I guess since we're out of initiative, Gibgob and Kyrene, you guys are just in the cylinder.
Mechanically, Brian, am I still within 30 feet of my little echo clone?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I forgot about something I was going to do. We are not yet out of initiative.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
What did you say about your whatever?
Am I still mechanically within 30 feet of it?
30 feet of what?
The echo clone that I made. The little gray image of myself.
Oh. Is that still up in the attic?
If I'm still within 30 feet of it, then yes.
You are not.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Uh-oh. I don't like that. Oh, my fucking. Fuck.
All right. Well, then, since it's my turn anyway, I'm going to go over to where Kyrene is, summon another echo of myself. Wait. Oh, no, wait. Echo magical translucent gray image. Dismiss it. Oh, shit. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I read something else that I was thinking of. Okay, well, I am able to swap positions with my Echo Knight.
Oh, interesting.
So I pop up in the attic, and the Echo is now wherever the hell I was.
Oh, God damn it. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for leaving me by myself.
And I start just swinging down at the ground, but the attack goes through my echo.
Interesting. Okay, so your echo swinging down at the ground
Yes.
at this pile of bones. All right, do your attack.
Yeah. Does an 8 hit?
Yeah, I said you don't have to. I said it, do your attack, but actually I forgot. I said you don't have to attack. You auto hit.
Thank
Wow,
God, because I rolled a
Brian.
3 and a 4. That'll be 34 damage.
Jeez. Okay.
I rolled
Bye-bye.
2 8s. I get +4s, and then I get a +5 every time I hit for anything bigger than me.
You
Bye,
you
Felicia.
smash through the raw hamburgerness of this lining interior, and your fist smashes into the dirt ground underneath.
I don't know if it can actually talk. It cannot talk, but then as soon as my turn ends, the echo disappears.
Oh, okay. Kyrene, he smashes through this meaty thing. You see the dirt below, and then you hear kind of a blorpy liquid sound. Why don't you, I'll give you one quick dex reaction to try and climb onto this pile of bones.
Is it a dex check?
It's a dex save.
Good, because I have a
Wow.
+8 to that.
Jeez.
Monk. That's an
Hashtag-
18.
18?
Mhm.
You suddenly just get the inclination that you should get to the center of this thing, and you clamber onto this pile of bones, and suddenly the entire perimeter of this cylinder below you is just flushed with a swirl of liquid, and it's kind of a yellowish color. And you can hear it going almost like a toilet or something.
Oh.
And it's starting to get higher as it's starting to fill up this chamber. Everybody else roll perception, especially you advantage people.
Aye, aye, El Capitan. $11.
That's so bad.
I rolled a 1 and a
Nat
7.
20 for a 26.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an 11 as well.
Zezia, you hear this rushing liquid sound coming from the backyard.
Does it sound like it's coming towards us?
Nope, it sounds stationary wherever it is.
Guys, I hear water in the backyard.
Brian, as my free
Like a lot of
action, can I yell for help?
Sure.
Okay, as my free action, I'm going to yell for help.
Okay, Zezia, you definitely hear Kyrene's voice.
Oh shit.
It sounds
I-
it sounds muffled.
Sounds whack. Can I run toward it?
There's a back door.
Okay. I will run out the back door.
As you follow the sound, you can tell that it goes kind of across the property past the barn, and it's off in this kind of wooded area, slightly wooded area, a grove of trees. I assume you run there?
Yeah, I guess.
Technically, it would be the twinsies' turn too, so what are you twinsies doing?
We will follow her.
Okay, so you're hot on her heels. Kyrene, it's your turn.
am I still able to reach the wall or no?
You could reach the ceiling of this thing while you're on the pile of bones.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna punch the top of it.
Okay.
I'll do my 2 attacks with it.
You can auto hit.
Okay. 6. And then 10. And then I guess I'll spend a key point to do flurry of blows too.
Oh, cool.
So that's 2 more attacks. That's not 1, but I can re-roll that. It's not even better. I got 2. That's 10. Oh, I didn't have to roll that. Sorry. Oh no, I rolled that. 10 and 11.
That turns into 27 total. 10, 16, and 11? Or 10, 6, and 11?
Yes. I believe so.
You start bashing at the ceiling, and it just feels like raw meat beneath your fists until finally the daylight punches through as your fist punches through. And you have a clear opening. Probably not enough to squeeze through yet, but you're definitely able to get like a couple arms through.
Okay.
If you just put your arms together.
Yeah.
Zezia, you did your run move, so I'll say that you can get outside and across this yard, and you can tell where it is in the clearing. It's kind of in the middle of this grove of trees. Are there any actions you want to take?
Not really. I just want to go to the voice.
Okay. Gibgob?
Get me out of this meat. If someone left me here.
I did the best I could.
Bullshit, you did nothing.
Well, I punched a hole through the ground. It's not my fault you didn't go into it. I'm gonna dive out the nearest weapon towards the back of the sorry. Dive out the nearest window towards the back of the house.
Okay.
I have the nearest weapon. Okay.
Did you ever go downstairs?
Oh.
You're up in the attic still?
No, I had made it to the second floor.
Gotcha. Okay. So you would be able to get out onto the roof and then hop down. Why don't you do athletics?
Brian?
What do you...
You know I'm not good at those. 7.
Specifically chose to do this.
Brian?
You kinda did. You kinda did, dude.
Here, you take 4 falling damage. Are there any actions you want to do?
I want to smack the house again. A couple times as I'm trying to make my way to this noise.
It's just a house.
No.
All right. That's what you want to do. Kyrene, this
Yes.
stuff starts swirling and you can start to hear this sizzling sound, almost like bacon on a frying pan, and then your entire pile of bones kind of you feel it lurch beneath you and start to sink a little bit. I'll give you another dex save to try and latch onto this hole you made so that you don't sink down.
I was actually going to ask, can I spend a key point and just step up the wind, where my jump distance is doubled for the turn?
Your what's doubled?
Jump.
Oh, cool.
Do you still want me to do the dex save?
I don't know where you're jumping to.
Oh, wait, never mind. I was going to jump up, but never mind. I'll just save.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Because you have the wind thing, I'll give you advantage.
Okay, good, because that's a 14. Oh, okay. 14.
14. Okay. That's just enough. You're able to grab the lip of this hole that you made in the top of it, and the bones kind of crumble beneath you and sink into this acidy looking liquid. and you're dangling there. It's not quite up to your feet yet. You've probably got another turn before it would reach that. Twinsies.
Can we see anything to give us any clue as to what is going on?
You're following Zezia, so you're like halfway across this yard to the grove of trees, and you have a feeling that as soon as you get to the trees, you'd be able to see whatever it is that's making this noise.
Well, then that's where we need to go.
Okay. Yep. If you use your dash action, you can get there, and you see this.
Yes.
Like I described it as a fallen log. It does look similar, except it's leathery looking.
Ew.
I hate this, Brian.
It's almost like, and it pinches at either end, almost like a blunt.
Okay. So, according to this, a dash is a bonus action.
Uh-huh.
What does that? What does that mean precisely?
It doubles your movement speed.
Okay.
And you can also use another dash as a basic action if you would want. But normally they can only be done as full basic actions.
Okay.
Her characters can do it as a bonus action, so she has a full action left that she can take.
Yeah, because she's a rogue.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
So yeah,
nice.
if you want to do something, you can. This thing's like 10 feet in front of you.
I guess we're going to attack this log.
Okay.
I just don't know what else to do here.
Just like everybody else, you can auto attack it.
I mean, what else do you do? I guess attack a log. So it's 1d8 plus 4 damage. So I guess we're doing 10 damage to this log.
What did you do? What was your attack?
I have a rapier. They still have their rapiers out.
Okay. You stab this log. This log's probably about 8 feet tall. You pierce into it, and immediately, like opening the cork on a keg, this liquid starts pouring out onto the ground, and it's sizzling and steaming.
Ew.
Kyrene, what do you do? You're hanging on for dear life.
Can I pull myself outside the hole or no?
You can try it.
Yeah. Do you want me to do a strength check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh-oh. That's not a good roll. 7?
I'll say that you're able to get your arms up, and you're at a point where you would try to push your head through, but this leather is just a little too tough on the outside. It gave you like a foot higher above this liquid.
Okay.
The good news is the liquid's now pouring outside too, so maybe it'll buy you some time.
And twins.
That's what I'm hoping, really. 'Cause- Oh,
Twins.
shoot. I have something that's a knife. Forgot.
Twins, you can see these two arms pop out of the top of this thing, flail about a little bit.
Yep. Pretty much.
Zezia,
I think we found the one that got eaten.
Zezia, you can dash action to this, where the twins are.
Yeah, I will do that.
Anything else?
Stand in bewilderment.
There's a lot of that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Kyrene, the liquid grows taller, the level of this liquid increases, and the bones disappear completely down inside of it. And then it's about where your boot or shoe or whatever you're wearing was before you pulled yourself up.
I don't wear shoes. Can I use my hive tool to cut at the leather?
I will let you. This is technically the monster's turn, so now we're going to jump to the twins.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, go ahead.
I skipped Gibgob. Gibgob, what do you want to do?
You fuck.
Wow.
How far away is the log from me?
It took them a couple dash actions to get there.
Did it though?
Yes, it did. They dash halfway across the yard and then they dash to the log.
Okay. No, I can still do this. So I run 30 feet.
Okay.
I create my echo 15 feet in front of me.
Okay.
It runs 30 feet to the log. And then I bonk the log with my mace. Or my morning star.
Roll for bonk. Well, you don't have to roll to attack it, but roll for bonk damage.
Bonk damage being rolled. God, it's fucking huge again.
That's what she said.
23, 27, 31.
Yeah, you smash a giant hole in this log, and all this acidic stuff starts pouring out.
Cool. Bink bonk.
All the weeds and everything in the dirt this liquid is hitting just gets disintegrated.
My Echo Knight vanishes at the end of my turn again.
Twinsies.
You said there were trees around here?
You're surrounded by trees.
Are there any close enough that if we get up in them, we can help pull her out of this hole?
You could. It's only about 8 feet tall, so you could potentially climb up the kind of wrinkly leather.
That's not a bonus action? What the fuck?
Well, we really don't want to get in the acidic crap that's coming out of it.
Well, there's plenty of space around. Like this, it's only coming out of a couple places with this log.
Okay, then we will try to climb up.
Okay, roll for athletics.
And that's just a flat 20 roll for us. 17.
More than enough. You're able to get up by her arms.
Then we would like to try to pull her up.
Okay.
I guess that's going to be another strength check.
Mm-hmm.
Cross your fingers.
Right?
12.
Let me roll. That did it. You like a baby being born. You're able to pull her through this little hole she made, and the skin stretches, and finally she emerges from the top of this log, and then you guys can hop down.
Great.
You did it.
Are there any last things you want to do before you head back to town?
Burn the house down.
Yeah,
Yep,
burn
I'm with
fuck this place.
Give gut whoops.
I can't tell if you guys are serious or not.
I'm going to move all of the furniture that I destroyed into one corner of the house and then pull out my Mizium mortar and just lay waste to that entire area.
Okay. That's a destruction thing, right? It's not going to cause a flames.
No, it's fire damage.
Oh, shit. Okay. Go for it.
So I'm starting. I mean, I don't think furniture gets a dex save, so
Nope.
it's like. Oh, sorry. I think it's fire damage. 5d4 fire damage.
Jeez.
My Starfinder d4 is missing.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I don't think Brasha uses d4s anyway. Doesn't matter.
It don't matter when Eric steps on it.
You take D4
She
damage.
does have a point.
Wow, that was almost as bad as possible. 7 fire damage goes to this furniture and wall.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, so I'll say that's enough because furniture is hella flammable. Old style.
Really?
Brian knows better than most.
Yeah.
Cool.
It starts
Then
to
I
crawl
run
up the wall of the corner of this house.
run away as fast as possible to get back up.
By the time you guys are up on your carriage and you're at the end of this road, the whole front of the house is in flames.
Bye, house.
You guys should have led with that.
Yeah.
You guys roll back to the Dolby Inn around lunchtime, and you see this guy sitting at the same table or the same place in his at the counter, eating lunch this time. He's having a sandwich. Oh my, that was fast.
We found out what happened to the exterminator, and you might need to find a new place to live.
I beg your pardon.
Or have a career change. I think you should have a career change.
I don't understand. What happened?
Well, we went to your house, and it turns out you're a pretty shit farmer, aren't you?
By the way, Gibgub's voice definitely has changed over this course of the session.
It keeps
That's
changing.
fine.
The only thing that stayed similar is that it's mildly Cockney. Hello, chap.
I'm sorry, what happened to my place?
I need
Virgo.
a drink. Kyrie's gonna go to the bar.
House was a mimic.
A mimic? There's no
Yep.
such thing as that.
Yes, there is.
Those are just in the stories.
Nope.
If you think stories aren't based on truth, you're a bit of a blockhead.
We have seen them.
Did you dispose of it?
You cut out, Brian.
Did you dispose of it?
You cut out, Brian. It.
Did you dispose of it?
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
It.
Now, am I paying you for your time, or did you actually? Can I go back and leave the inn?
Of course, you can leave the inn.
Really? Like, really? Am I sleeping in the barn?
I turn to the rest of the group and say, I didn't even think to look in the barn. You think the barn's mimic too?
Kyrie is like deep in her drink.
I don't know. We could find out.
I'll have to ride out there later. I'll give you all 100 apiece.
I vote we burn him down too.
Zezzy is gonna walk up to him and try to seduce him.
Oh my gosh. Every time
Finally.
you get upset at my price.
No. She just wants to help him relax.
Is this a magic involved, or is this purely just a charisma type thing?
I have a huge charisma. I got a 21. It's not magic. She's just a sweet talker. She's a
Yeah,
hot lady with
Brian.
antlers, and she's usually half naked.
What are you trying to talk him into?
Well, he seemed really upset about losing his house. So she was basically just gonna show him a good time.
Give
Yep.
up and order shots of purple for everyone.
Hooray.
He reluctantly agrees to go out with you that evening.
Sweet.
You get 100 gold and he buys you dinner.
And I give him acid blotters.
And that's where
Nice.
we'll call our adventure.
So at the
Okay.
at the very end of the night when the sun is setting, we're just fucking tripping balls.
Amazing. Brian is